Okay, let's unpack this one. Today we're diving into a real literary classic. It masterfully blends restlessness, adventure, and this deep search for spiritual meaning. We're talking about Saul Bellow's 1959 novel, Henderson the Rain King.
Absolutely. And you've got a great stack of sources here looking at its origins, the plot, which is quite something, and its lasting impact.
Yeah, our mission is really to explore why this mix of philosophical thinking and almost comic adventure still grabs people, and what nuggets of knowledge it might hold about finding fulfillment. And there are some surprising facts too, right? Pulitzer issues, song inspirations. Should be interesting.
It's definitely a rich text.
Yeah.
And Bellow himself, he apparently called it his favorite among his own books. It really says something.
Oh.
Plus, the Modern Library ranked it number 21 on their 100 best novels list. Pretty high up there.
That is high praise. So for anyone who hasn't read it, maybe give us the nutshell version. Our main guy is Eugene Henderson.
Right. Eugene Henderson. Middle-aged, millionaire, pig farmer,
Right.
but deeply, profoundly unfulfilled. He's got this voice inside him just constantly going, I want. And his big idea...
Run away to Africa.
Exactly. Just flee. And once he's there, things get, well, chaotic.
He sort of stumbles into these bizarre situations, like with the Arnui village.
He tries to help them with their frog problem. They've got frogs in their sacred water cistern.
Okay.
But Henderson, in this sort of clumsy, well-meaning way, he accidentally blows up the cistern wall.
Yeah.
Destroys their water supply.
Oh, no. Classic Henderson already.
Totally. It kind of sets the tone for his journey. Lots of good intentions, often disastrous results, but it pushes him onward, searching.
So after that disaster, he moves on to the Wari village.
He does. And there, in this spontaneous display of brute strength, lifting this huge wooden statue.
Right.
He inadvertently becomes their rain king. Sungo, they call him.
Sungo. Okay. And this is where he meets King Dafu.
Yes, and that relationship is absolutely central. Dafu is fascinating native-born, but Western-educated.
And they have these deep philosophical chats.
They really do.
Yeah.
That's the heart of this section. Dafu challenges Henderson, pushes him to face his own, inner turmoil, embrace life. Lions feature heavily, too.
Ah, yes. But tragedy strikes, doesn't it?
It does. The elders send Dafu on this ritual lion hunt, supposedly to find the spirit of the old king. Dafu is mortally wounded by the lion. And then Henderson finds out, to his horror, that the Rain King is next in line to be king.
Oh, boy. He doesn't want that.
Not at all. So he does what Henderson does best. He flees again.
But something's different this time.
Yeah, he's changed. The novel ends on this surprisingly, maybe optimistic note. He seems to have found some kind of contentment, or at least a new direction.
But he's still fleeing. Is it real contentment, do you think, or just a pause?
That's the question, isn't it? I think the key takeaway, the thing Dafu helps him see, is about integration.
Integration.
Yeah, integrating that wild, wanting, impulsive side of himself with discipline, with spirit, not trying to escape it, but harmonize it. Body, spirit, the world outside, making peace between them.
That makes sense. It's interesting, though, thinking about how Bellow wanted us to read it. You mentioned he wrote that piece for the Times right before publication.
Right, warning readers not to overinterpret, not to hunt too hard for symbols.
Which is kind of ironic for such a, symbol-packed book. Why do you think he did that?
It's fascinating. Maybe he wanted it felt experienced viscerally, not just decoded like a puzzle. Let the symbols arise naturally from the feeling, the action. And you can definitely see connections to his other work. The internal rambling feels a bit like Herzog later on. And Henderson is such a classic Bellovian hero.
That bumbling, intellectual, slightly awkward, schlemiel figure.
Exactly. And King Dafu fits another Bellow type, their reality instructor.
Ah, like Dr. Tamkin in Seize the Day, the mentor figure who forces the protagonist to see things clearly.
Precisely. It's also worth noting Bellow drew on his own academic background.
The anthropology connection.
Yeah, specifically his professor Melville Herskovits's book, The Cattle Complex in East Africa. You can see how that research adds this layer of authenticity to the descriptions of the Arnui and Wari. It's not just a vague backdrop.
Right, gives it real depth. And speaking of recognition, or lack thereof, the Pulitzer situation.
Oh, yeah. So in 1960, the Fiction Committee actually recommended Henderson for the Pulitzer Prize.
But the main board overruled them.
They did. Gave it to Advise and Consent instead. A real snub, especially for a book Bellow apparently loved so much.
Wow. But the book lived on, clearly. It's had this ripple effect in culture.
Absolutely. There was an opera adaptation, Lily, by Leon Kirchner, that wasn't a big success.
Okay.
But then you have music, 2 different songs called Rain King, one by Terence Boylan, another more famously by Counting Crows, both directly inspired by the book.
Oh, and Joni Mitchell.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell apparently read one specific passage in Henderson the Rain King, something about looking at clouds from a plane, and it sparked her to write both sides. Now,
No way. That iconic song came from this book about a middle-aged guy running around Africa.
incredible, isn't it, how a single image from his journey could resonate so powerfully and lead to such a profound song about perspective.
That connection is just fantastic. And didn't Ally McBeal mention it too?
She did. In an early episode, she calls Henderson the Rain King her favorite book. It
Yeah.
just shows its quiet, pervasive influence.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here? We've followed Henderson's I Want, his well-intentioned disasters, those deep talks with Dafu.
We've seen Bellow cautioning against overreading symbols, even as he packed the book full of them, and how it keeps echoing in music, on TV.
It feels like this deep dive really underscores how one person's messy, chaotic search can turn into this timeless look at finding harmony, between spirit, body, the world around us, which leaves us and you listening with a thought. When that inner voice cries out for you that I want, do you instinctively look for answers far away, maybe in some symbolic Africa? Or do you look closer, perhaps inside the stories like this one, that seem to speak directly to your own life?